Hi everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to Lunchtime Live. I missed you guys last week because it was Thanksgiving. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday. Are you getting a picture? Because I'm looking at YouTube and I'm not seeing a picture. Hang on. Let's see. There we go. Okay. It just took a minute. So anyway, I hope you guys are all having a very happy week. Back to work after the holidays, always hard. What do we have for you today? Well, the Trim the Tree pillow, if you guys remember from last week, that was the Stash Buster, the Stash Bash pattern. And with all of the Stash Bash Cal patterns, there's a giveaway, right? Well, that giveaway ends on December 9th, so be sure to enter. And that, as a reminder, was for these Knit Pick bobbins. They're giving away 3 sets, one of each size. I believe, and don't quote me on this, it's correct in the post, so if I say something different, trust that one. But I believe it's 6 of the medium, 6 of the small, and 4 come in a pack with the large, I think. But they're giving away the 3 packs, one of each size, and a copy of the last issue of We Crochet magazine, which was issue number 5. So that's a great prize package. Be sure to get your entries in. The link is in the description here. It's in the pattern. So if you go look at the pattern and then scroll all the way down, you'll see the giveaway in there. So be sure to get your entries in because that's ending soon. The other thing that's new is the Winter Scarves Pattern Roundup, which I posted on, I want to say Monday. So, or actually I think I posted that last week. Yeah, I posted that last week just before the holiday. So check that out. There's lots of beautiful scarves. I think there's 20 in the roundup. So you can find your next, winter accessory over there. And I believe they're all free patterns too. So check that out. Also new, and this I really wanted to show you in person because it's different than showing you in pictures. Here we go. Okay, so this I just posted last night, late last night actually. This is my Scrappy Crochet Christmas Ball ornament. I don't know if you guys, this is my experience from when I was a kid. I don't know if you guys did this too, but in Girl Scouts, we took our mom's scrap fabric, cut these little wedge shapes, and hot glued them or pinned them onto foam balls. And then to cover up the messy seams, we just added some rickrack. So I don't know if that's something you guys did as well, but I remembered that, and of course I've lost those balls from when I was a kid, but I remembered that and I wanted to try and do that in crochet. So this was my crochet version of that, and the pattern first was released a couple years ago in I Like Crochet magazine, and the rights revert back to me after a certain amount of time, so now I've released it on Stitches and Scraps, so you can get it for free there. I did design it to go around a 2.5-inch foam ball, but if you don't have those, you can't find them, and there's a link in the pattern actually where you can get them on Amazon. But if you don't want the foam ball, if you don't want the foam ball, you can use stuffing. It just comes out a little bit more rough, I guess, a little more rustic. Actually, if you did this in orange and used the stuffing, it would make a great pumpkin. It's got that little wonkiness to it. So I prefer it with the foam ball for Christmas, but you can definitely do it with stuffing if you don't want to deal with a foam ball. So that was the pattern that came out just last night. And that's basically what I've been up to this week and last week when we were gone. I know I said I was going to take a few days off, and it didn't really work out that way because I had a deadline that came up really quick. Oh shoot, and I forgot the hook. I wanted to show you the hook. Furls, Blog Hop. I am participating in that, and my pattern comes out December 6th, and I brought the yarn to show you, but I forgot to bring the hook downstairs with me, so I'll show that to you next week. But they gave me an Odyssey hook, and they gave me all the yarn for the pattern I'm making, which I am using this Whims Merino yarn in these 2 colors. This is charcoal and this is white, and I like this yarn. This is the first time I've used it, and it's a merino nylon blend that's twisted in a Z twist. So what does that mean? Z twist is twisted clockwise. I think it's S twist is counterclockwise and Z twist is clockwise, if I remember correctly. I could have that backwards, but when you crochet, you make your movements in the same direction as a Z twist yarn. So you're adding twist if you're using a Z twist yarn. Most yarns are S twist, which means that when you do that clockwise motion, you're actually removing some of the twist from the S twist yarn. So S twist yarns tend to be more splitty, which most commercial yarns are S twist. S twist is ideal for knitting. Z twist is less splitty for crochet, which is interesting, right? But also, being a spinner, merino is my favorite fiber to spin. It's so soft and springy. It's like, they're like tiny little springs. It's awesome. They've got a lot of crimp to them. So the yarn you get is really spongy, and it's very elastic and just super soft. And then you add nylon, and that makes it even stronger. So again, Whims Merino, and that pattern is coming out on the 6th, which I believe is Sunday. So that's what I've actually been working on the holiday weekend there. But I got it done. And I think, let me see if there's anything else I wanted to tell you about. I really did want to show you the hook, but I've forgotten it upstairs. So I'll show that to you next time. It's a Furls Odyssey hook, and I got blue and silver, which I love the Odysseys because they're metal tips. And I'm used to metal tips, which now I'm going to pull out a wood tip and show you guys. We have been working on Tunisian in our demo. So we did our Tunisian foundation row last time, and this time I want to show you how to do the Tunisian simple stitch. So let me zoom in a little bit here. Okay, when you look at the foundation row, you see all of these vertical bars, right? Each of those vertical bars is a stitch, and if you look closely, you'll actually see a chain between the two vertical bars. So each vertical bar, that's formed by the loop that we pulled up in the chain, right? And then this chain looking thing is formed when we were finishing our stitch by pulling through 2 loops at a time. So basically, for most of Tunisian stitches, we're worried about these vertical loops. Now, this loop that's on my hook is going to create a vertical bar itself. So this actually counts as the first stitch. With Tunisian, we don't do a chain to give us the height at this end of the row. We actually do it before our return pass. If you remember, Tunisian has a forward pass and a return pass for every row. So we're not doing a chain for the first row. This loop counts as the first stitch. So even if we could pull up another loop in this stitch, which we can't because that's where this loop's coming out of, even if we could, we don't need to because we have this loop already, right? So we go on to the next stitch, and the beginning, actually the whole stitch is just like working the foundation row, except instead of going into chains, we're now going into these vertical bars. And you just go straight in from right to left. If you're left-handed, that would be from left to right. Go straight in, yarn over, and pull up a loop. Okay, and that's it for the forward pass. So we're going to do all of the stitches that way. I'll do it a little slower. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. Insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop. And remember, this is just the first part of a single crochet, right? You insert your hook, yarn over, and pull up a loop. It's just where you're inserting your hook is a little bit different. Now to finish the stitch, we're going to yarn over and pull through 2, just like we would for single crochet, right? But we have as many loops on our hook as we want stitches. And remember I said we do that starting chain at the end? If we were to pull through 2, pull through 2, pull through 2, we'd end up with a decrease. We don't want that. So we're going to do our starting chain now. We're going to pull through just this one loop, and that's our turning chain. Do you see that? That gets us the height of the row. So now we're going to go through and go yarn over, pull through 2 on all of these. Just like that, until there's only the one loop left. And now you can see that turning chain, that's our first vertical bar over there, right? The last stitch. And then we've got the same number of vertical bars. I think I had 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way across. I'm going to do one more row a little bit faster so you can see it again. So you skip the first bar, insert your hook in the second bar, pull up a loop. Do that in every bar all the way across. And since we have 8 stitches, we should end up with 8 loops on our hook. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Now we chain 1 for the first. Okay, and sometimes you'll see that as yarn over, pull through 1 loop, but that's what a chain is, right? Yarn over and pull through 1 loop. So chain 1 and then yarn over and pull through 2 for all of the rest of the stitches until we are completely done. And we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vertical bars. And that's how you do Tunisian simple stitch. Now it does curl. You can already see it starting to curl, right? And that's because the front of the stitch is shorter or tighter than the back of the stitch. So there are other stitches in Tunisian that don't curl, but Tunisian simple stitch does very much curl. So unless you are using the curl in the pattern, you're going to want to do something with an edging or something like that to control the curling. Next week I will show you Tunisian knit stitch. And then after that, I think I'll show you Tunisian purl stitch, and then we'll call it done for the Tunisian. There is a tutorial for the Tunisian simple stitch on the blog on Stitches and Scraps, and I put the link to that in the description on the video. So that should be everything. I think I've shown you everything in my bucket that I wanted to show you. It's been great seeing you guys again. I will see you again next week. Have a great weekend, and I will talk to you later. Bye.